Wind Rivers. I'd always heard how beautiful and impressive these mountains were, but I'd never been here myself. As a matter of fact, this was a first for all of us. Having a little lunch, probably a little shy of halfway, I'm guessing. Which we did talk to some people. I guess there's a bear running around up here somewhere. I just ran into him about 15 minutes ago. We had also talked to some folks at the trailhead. They had told us that it was much easier and faster to get into Raft Lake through Twin Lakes, but that did not hold true for us. Once we left the meadows to Twin Lakes, the trail was overgrown, unmarked, and most definitely unmaintained. So we're trying to figure out how to get down there. Our trail keeps disappearing. Realizing that we weren't going to make Raft Lake by dark, we had to cut our losses and make camp at Twin Lakes for the night. It was a beautiful morning in the winds. We wanted to get an early start and try to make up for some lost time. We'd heard the fishing was good at Raft, and we were all pretty anxious to see for ourselves. Good morning. Morning of day 2. Pretty rough hiking yesterday. We didn't make it as far as we wanted. We wanted to make it to Raft Lake. We got it to Twin Lakes, but the trails just kept disappearing on us. Should make for a pretty easy hike today to get up to Raft Lake. I believe we've only got a mile or 2 to go. We're going to backtrack a little bit back to the last defined trail that we saw, which is probably, it's going to be a good half, 3/4 mile back. Hopefully we can hit that and get up to Raft. Once we got packed up, it was another tough day of hiking. At times, we could easily see and follow the trail, but at other times, we were dropping our packs and spreading out just to try and find anything that resembled a trail. After what seemed like the better part of the day, there it was. We just pulled into Raft Lake. It took way longer than we thought it was going to. But, needless to say, we made it. So I think we're going to start getting camp set up and go out and see if these rumors about these Mackinac on this lake are true or not. Good morning. It's morning of day 3. We're here at Raft Lake. We're going to take a 0 here today and pretty much focus on doing some fishing. Caught a couple macks last night. Rachel was on fire. She caught more than the rest of us. We're just getting ready to head out. We're going to go walk around this lake and go see what the fishing's like. It wasn't too bad yesterday. We're just hoping we can maybe get into some bigger ones today. So far the fishing's been a little slow. We've caught a couple brooks. I actually pulled in a Mac on my fly pole, which I didn't think that was even possible, so that was cool. He wasn't huge, he was about 16 inches. This lake is beautiful. It's been a blast just walking around it, exploring it. Josh and Rachel and Mike are down below me fishing. Just trying to make my way around this cliff face so I can get to a new hole, hopefully pull some fish out. I'd had people describe the winds to me as the Uintas on steroids, but now that I'm here, I don't think that's true. The winds definitely have a character and a vibe that is all their own. Well, it's morning at day 4. We're here at Raft Lake. Everybody's just getting up and getting some coffee and some breakfast going. I think we're going to pack up and head out. We're trying to make it to Sonnicant Lake today, which we'll see what happens there. It's about a 6-7 mile hike, but if the trails are anything like they were coming into Raft Lake, I don't know if we'll make that today. Heading out of Raft Lake. We knew it was going to be a long hike to get into Sonnicant, but we were just hoping the trails would be a little more defined and, well, user-friendly. So, we made it to Sonnicant. It was a little farther than we thought. It was a little over 10 miles to get here. But thank God the trail was so much better. We didn't lose it one time. There was even a sign on one part of the trail. Of course, it was pointing to Raft Lake, so we obviously went completely the wrong way. But we're gonna stay here for 2 days, and we're gonna go hike around and check out some of the other lakes. Really want to try and make it down to Darren Lake. We're gonna hit Sonnicant, maybe Little Sonnicant, maybe Spider, but definitely Darren. The fishing at Raft Lake was pretty decent, but it was amazing at Sonnicant. Fish would definitely be on the menu tonight. Well, it is day 5, morning of. So we hiked up into this no-name lake a few miles from camp, do some fishing. So far the fishing's been amazing. It's just full of cutthroat. Guys are killing it on a spinner. I'm trying to get one on a fly here. Haven't had much luck yet, but I just barely started. So we're gonna fish here for a little while, and then I think we're gonna move on up to Darren Lake. And supposedly there's some big cutthroats in there. So we're leaving this lake that doesn't have a name. Has had some pretty good fishing for cutthroats. We are going to bushwhack our way and drop down into Darren Lake. Supposedly there are some big cutthroats there. Solitude Lake. Stopped here for lunch. All threw in a few casts, all caught a few fish. Might have to hit this on the way back. Get some dinner. That's Darren Lake off in the distance, and Ice Lake up near us. Supposedly there's 5-pound cutthroats in Darren. We're gonna walk right past Ice Lake, go start chucking spinners and flies into Darren, see what we can pull out. It was another beautiful morning in the winds. And I gotta tell you, the views around Sonnicant were breathtaking. But we knew we had a tough day of hiking ahead of us, so we wanted to get an early start. But honestly, I don't think any of us were quite ready to leave Sonnicant Lake. Our plan was to make it to the meadows. That's where we intended to make camp for the night. But the miles were starting to stack up and take their toll. And we knew we still had to make it up over Untitled Pass, so we decided to take a break, eat some lunch, and really just enjoy where we were at for a bit before making our way up over the pass. Untitled Pass proved to be a bit longer and more grueling than expected, but once we made it to the meadows and set up camp, we still had enough in the tank to throw a game before making dinner and turning in for the night. Well, here we are, morning of day 7. Had an interesting night last night. Had some Catholic schoolgirls across the way that sang most of the night and then started up again this morning. Now everybody's just having coffee and breakfast, and then we're gonna get on trail and get to the truck. Should have a fairly quick and easy out today. All right, day 7, breaking camp, heading back to the truck. This is always the bittersweet moment, but I think everybody's ready for a nice big greased burger and a milkshake. All right. It's a done deal. We've made it back to the truck. It was a really easy out today. Matter of fact, I think we were only on trail about an hour and a half.